Good morning, Halloween Town How Tours. Today I'm going to make a quick video on how I made this guy back here who's hanging out with me for a little while. He was probably the first thing I made when I was making my Halloween Town, or decided to make Halloween Town. The circle part, which I believe is a saw wheel because of like all the curvatures on it, I made that using I don't know if it's 3-inch, but the thicker sized insulation foam board. I picked that up at Home Depot, and the color's pink. I believe if you go to Lowe's, it's kind of like a greenish blue color. I think it was like 8 foot by 4 feet, and I had to strap it to the roof of my car. And be careful while you're driving, because that will snap quite easily if you have to throw it on your roof. So I just stuck my hazards on, and I was like, people, this can't break. It's my Halloween Town. Suck it up. Yes, I'm one of those drivers, but not really, just when I have to be. I just took a pencil and kind of, it's not going to be a complete circle because I needed it a little bigger. Give me a second. I'll flip the camera around so that way you can stop seeing me. Okay. So I'm not sure you can tell, but the circle on this, I would say it's more oblong because the distance from here to here is much longer from this point to this point. So basically this is 4 feet, and then this is like, I tried to maximize the most I could out of that sheet. I used my sharp tooth to cut this out. I didn't go in and sand any of those edges along the outside because at the time I didn't really know what I was doing. You don't have to. Then I kind of sketched in each of these sections of where I wanted it. Drew the little spirals, and I never really thought, these are bats, which I thought was really cool. I always thought like they were just squiggly lines. They're not, they're bats. I have a Dremel tool that I use to carve all of this out. Afterwards, I started down here. I have purple lights wrapped on it. And the part of the cord that plugs into your extension cord, I have it starting here, like down below. And I just brought it up through one of these like little hook, like inside the hook sections. And I just used, what are they? They're floral pins, but they're like this. They're like long hooks like that. And I just pressed them in around, and I followed that spiral in. This was not dry locked first because I didn't know any better. I painted the whole thing black. After the black dried, that's when I went and I put on the fluorescent UV reactive paint. This little doohickey guy here. I was lucky that I had enough left over from the scraps of the exterior parts to make this little guy. That's the same foam. I just, looked at the picture and did as best as I could. Like, this is one piece, the chest is one piece, the hips are another, and then I know this is like pretty excessive, but each one of these pieces, they're individual pieces. This is not one piece. That's how I was able to utilize that whole piece of foam. Carved it in once again with my Dremel tool. This is painted, and I know this is going to sound really silly. I used whiteout because whiteout, believe it or not, reacts really, really well to UV light. I do have some green on his bones and some purple just to kind of accent him a little bit more. Now, how I stuck him on to adhere him to this. If anybody has skewers, I use liquid nails. I had a small tube of liquid nails, not like the big thing that you have to buy. They do sell it in little tubes. I used it much like if you were putting like a peg, like you're in wood. I used it like that. So I would put some, my brain. I need a minute because like I'm going like 5 paces ahead in my brain and now I lost track. All right. So I would put some liquid nails on the one end of the skewer and stick it in. So he probably has about 4 skewers in him. And before I pressed him in, did I pre-poke holes? I might have pre-poked. So I didn't smush him in directly because then obviously the skewers were going to like come out through the front. So I believe I pressed it lightly to see the indentations on that. And then I poked the holes. So that way I did the glue and then slid it in and it was fine. Now obviously you're going to have to cut the skewers to size because you don't want the skewers going in or out of either side. And be mindful of your lights also. Yeah, and when you do that, have it drying, laying flat, obviously, because if he's going to be up, you might lose some pieces. He has been outside for 3 years now. He has been through regular storms. Now, when we were going to have our tropical storm or our hurricanes, he does come in. On the back of him, which I can't get to right now, but at here we go again, garden store, I had laying around metal garden stakes. And if you watched my video of me setting up Zero's house, I'm not sure if I showed you the back of Zero's house or not, but they're like this thick. I think they're like 3 inches, and they come in different heights. I think this one is a pretty tall one because it goes up pretty high. I wish I could, you know what, I'll try to get, yeah, here we go. Just pardon all this stuff. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, can you see like what I'm talking about? Here we go. And that's what it looks like on the bottom. So that's what I used for my post. It is screwed into him as well as zip tied with black zip tie. You know me and zip ties, we're like this, yo. That's how he's been, and I've had, I don't want to jinx myself this year, but so far he has come unscathed through, 3 Halloweens so far, or 2 Halloween. I don't know, one of those. So that's basically how I made him. I know I'm saying basically, but the thing that took the most time is Dremel, like getting the Dremel and doing all of that. He took the most time. This took like half a day. He took like a half a day. Now, mind you, I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. In total, I'm going to say he probably took a couple days between like painting and letting glue dry and all that fun stuff. But I will tell you, it is well worth it. This is really, really a cool piece to have out. I have a large 12-foot Oogie Boogie inflatable that is behind, like he kind of stands. I don't know what I'm doing this year, but this was kind of in front to the side of Oogie Boogie. So yeah, I hope you guys make this. It other than your time, and if you have some paint, I think I'm gonna say I went to Hobby Lobby and bought their acrylic UV reactive paint and a set of them. Hold on, I'll show you just one of them. These things, I believe it was $12.99 for a set of these, and they come in all different colors. These foam boards have become very expensive. When I bought this, it was $29. I think they're running into like $40 to $50 now, which is really sad. But that's my other Oogie Boogie wheel, and let me know if you guys make this. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Once again, hold on a second. All right, so that is pretty much how I made this wheel. If you didn't catch something or you have a question, just comment. I love your comments. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Like, it is just, blowing my mind, because I have no real expectations on anything. I am doing this, for fun and to get this out to you guys, just to show you, my inner workings of coming up with ideas that are a little bit more cost friendly to you as much as possible. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Halloween Town How To's. Take care. Bye-bye.